Well, for both
Yeah,
of us, this is the champion.
yeah,
This
top,
is
yeah,
so Argentina for you. Go a little bit more in depth as to why you believe this team will be the champions. What do you like about
yeah.
them?
I think they finally have they've solved almost every problem they've had since the 2014 World Cup. That even going into the 2016, even the Copa Americas that they lost to Chile, this team seemed to be missing the spark that it needed. That that they kind of had guys, just guys that, but they played to like their regular level. Now Argentina kind of they're playing like they truly believe in something. They believe in the idea of that they belong, and they're playing up to standards. Like some of these guys, like on paper, like is DePaul better than like Casemiro? No, but in this system that Argentina run, he's invaluable. You
Oh
need
yeah, no,
DePaul.
DePaul is amazing for
You
Argentina.
you need DePaul,
Unbelievable,
and
unbelievable.
there's a lot of guys, especially like they're Argentina's left back and right back and their center backs. They're not the most well known people ever. Even their goalkeeper Martinez, he doesn't play
Aston
for any.
Villa,
Yeah, he plays for Aston Villa, but when he plays for Argentina, even in that Copa America run, the fact that these guys are building a confidence in themselves, and I think that's what spread. And even when it came down to penalties, Martinez was trash talking to these Colombian players, telling them that I know where you're gonna go. They're just building this confidence. This team, it has a swagger to it now that
hundred
it
percent.
never had. Because when you go back and think, how was Chile able to beat this Argentina team twice? How were they able to get by them? And it's because those Chile players had an aura that they played up to. That when they all got sent out to their clubs, they never played the same as they did for their nation. And
Hundred
now
percent.
they're flipping the switch. That these Argentina players, they may not play as good as for the clubs, but when they come together and they finally are playing together, they play up, and everybody plays a little bit better. It's like what we expect from players when they get to the playoffs. We want to see your numbers get better when more we get put on the stage, and that's what finally this team has got. And weirdly enough, with Messi getting older, Messi's still Messi. Is he
Yeah,
as is he as good as he was in 2014? No, but is he good enough? Absolutely.
hundred
He
percent.
can do what needs to be done.
He's an
And
elite facilitator still,
yeah,
obviously.
and another problem was they didn't have like a really, for some reason I never knew why Kun Aguero never really got on with this Argentina squad. I don't know how. Him and Messi are best friends. It never worked. They wanted Higuain for all those years. God, I don't know why, but I don't know why. But now they finally have a number 9 that's pretty consistent with how he scores. He's great. Another Martinez. They have a couple Martinez in
Yeah,
this team,
Lautaro
and
Martinez.
Lautaro Martinez playing very well, and he gels well with this Argentina squad. And to mention that Di Maria somehow is squeezing whatever he has left
This guy's
for Argentina.
unbelievable.
This guy scored an outside the boot volley today,
Oh my god,
and like where is this guy getting this from? And it's
I
like
thought he was injured,
Di Maria's old. We were talking about that we didn't know if he'd make the squad, and he's out here just playing, and he's doing what he has to do.
and he was the reason. Not the reason per se, but he scored the goal in the Copa
He
America
scored again
final.
in the Copa America final. Like this guy is getting up, and he's like, for club level he's all right, but for Argentina he's playing at a different level,
Hundred
at a way
percent.
different level, and not to mention the fact that Dybala's on the bench. Like I know for some reason
He's never quite kicked it off.
I
Yeah,
never understood why. I think Dybala never really, like, I'm reading that Dybala doesn't get along with Messi. I don't know how the fuck that's possible, but it's always, at least you have a player in the talent of Dybala on your
on the
bench.
bench.
God knows
If you need if you
if you
need a
need it,
goal,
you put him on, and who knows is Dybala, but just how this team plays, they also went unbeaten. They're on a 35 game unbeaten streak. They haven't lost.
and
They haven't no.
they're trying
Yeah,
to break the all time record.
they're trying to break the all-time record, and I think that's something they could do because they believe they can, and they have the swagger and belief that we have Messi, and we can't lose.
Hundred percent.
These players are fully now playing for Messi. The
They,
goalkeeper's like,
I
I'm going
was
to
gonna
win
say
this
that, yeah.
for you. We're
No,
winning this for
they
you.
elevate their performance for Messi. They are willing to run through the brick wall for Messi.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if you saw this, but did you see the clip of the speech Messi gave before halftime? The halftime.
I
It's
was gonna
like
bring that up.
the fact that this team goes with him and they truly believe, because I think Messi's one of the all time great leaders. That's why I think even with they don't have a team on paper that's good as Brazil. It's like, when you look at this team, it's Messi, and then their second best player is what like Di Maria maybe, or like like what from like that from on paper. But like when you go to Brazil, it's Neymar and Vinicius. Like other than Messi, Vinicius is better than every other art player on this Argentina team, but he doesn't fit the role that they need, and these players fit the roles that they
Yeah,
need to play, which make them the one of the most well-rounded teams, and that's why we have them winning.
yeah. I mean, I agree with everything you've said pretty much. I mean, today we saw, the
A
pre-World
taste of
Cup.
it,
We
yeah,
saw a taste, we've seen 35 consecutive games of the taste per se, but everyone's getting involved. We even seen a name you didn't mention, coming off the bench. He's going to be coming off the bench. Julian Alvarez, the Man City striker. He's getting along with Messi. He's just another example of a guy who he grew up idolizing Messi. He's a young player. Now he's getting that opportunity with Messi, willing to run through a wall for the guy. It's like these players, obviously they have great players, but when you compare it to a squad like Brazil, it's not the same level of just individual quality.
yeah,
But I have to give massive, massive, massive credit to Lionel Scaloni because he has transformed this Argentina team. We saw it before with previous managers. They held this team back, and I feel bad because they just weren't quite getting it done. But Scaloni is the guy. He is this guy. Tactically, he is able to get it done with what this team has. He knows his players and he knows what's going to work. We saw it in the Copa America final. You're able to hold this Brazil attack and this Brazil team to minuscule chances, and obviously they get a clean sheet in the match. It's one of those things. They are willing to do whatever it takes to win any tactical situation. They're prepared. They have a diverse team, a unique team, as to where they can do multiple different things. They can switch formations in the moment if they have to. They're versatile, and it's one of those things. They are set to break Italy's World Cup, not World Cup, Italy's unbeaten record
unbeaten
during the
record.
World Cup. I think they will break this record during the World Cup. It's just inevitable to happen. Obviously, Giovanni Lo Celso being injured for the tournament is a loss, but their midfield should be fine. And the fact that Angel Di Maria has made it, he's fully fit, he's scoring goals like he did today. That is an amazing, amazing. That's amazing news for Argentina. Ultimately, they wouldn't have been able. They wouldn't have won the World Cup without him. It's
Yeah,
just the fact they
yeah,
wouldn't have been able to do it. I mean, to be honest, people forget Angel Di Maria didn't play in the 2014 final. He couldn't play because he was injured. People always say it could have been a different result then if Di Maria was fit. Hopefully, he's able to stay fit throughout the course of this whole tournament. If he is, I think Argentina, obviously will go on and win this tournament. DePaul,
yeah.
like you mentioned, is going to be extremely important. He's like the catalyst. What is it called?
Catalyst.
The catalyst of this midfield.
Yeah,
Exactly. The midfield. He's the general. It runs through him. He's that guy for them.
yeah,
And then I'm not quite sure exactly what their center back pairing is going to be, but they have Christian Romero from Tottenham. And we heard about it in the Ronaldo interview. Ronaldo says that he gets a lot of credit. Lisandro Martinez, he's a great center back. There's reports they might be going with Otamendi. I don't know. They'll be good
yeah,
either way, but I think Lisandro Martinez is great. Their fullbacks are decent. Emiliano Martinez, good goalkeeper. Just one of those things. They might not be the best team on paper,
yeah,
but when a push comes to shove, when rubber meets the road, this team, they're willing to die for Messi. And I think Messi obviously is going to have an amazing World Cup. That attack is going to do its thing. I think Lautaro Martinez is going to have an elite tournament. Like you said, we did our Golden Boot predictions, and part of me was thinking Lautaro Martinez might be in that mix. I don't. He's gonna score some goals. He's gonna have a really good tournament. Didn't
Mhm.
quite make my golden boot, prediction, but he's gonna have a good tournament. It's just one of those things. The opposite of Brazil, I think the stars have aligned. It's just time. It just feels like it's time. I don't know. You obviously picked him as well. For me personally, I just get the feeling right now that it's Argentina. Like it just has to be. I don't know. You can call me crazy, call me weird. I just get a feeling like you can feel it. This is Argentina's tournament,
Mhm. Yeah,
and I
well,
think
yeah.
that comes from the points like they're willing to die for Messi, and it's like
Yeah.
you just feel they're gonna do whatever it takes to win.
Yeah, I completely agree with that as well. It's just I think it's time because even it's not even to say, oh, I thought the same thing last year that oh freaking Argentina would win because it's aligning for Messi. I didn't feel that they could win at all last World Cup 2018. I didn't think there was a chance, and now
I was
like
rooting for it, but we all knew.
yeah, but this one it actually like it's not ironically that
They have a good
Argentina
chance.
are a really good team right now. Like
They're the third betting favorites behind Brazil and France
in
at the
France,
moment.
yeah.
You know,